11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11. Who you gonna call right now? 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. 11 with Jenna. Right now. 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. 11. Who you gonna call right now? 11.
Hello, hello, hello. It is Saturday, October 16th, 2021. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I'm just like, what? What? How are you? Where are you? What are you doing? Hold on. It's interesting. How you doing? What's going on? What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you doing? What did you buy today? Did anyone buy anything today? I did. I bought some things today. Oh, how cool you are. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I'm getting texts. Who's here? 4 comments. Good evening, Patty Lohman. Hi, William. William D in the house. Good evening. So there's 2 of you that I don't know who you are, but I'm happy that you're here. My name is Jenna. I'm here every day at 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. Eastern time. So wherever you are, it's always 11:11 somewhere, right? What do you think? Aren't they pretty? They make groovy sound too. Let me go to, wow, I look kind of yellow in a sense. Patty Lohman, Patty Lohman, Patty Lohman. Beautiful boots, books, and bangles. You bought boots today? Julie Luce, you bought boots? Tell us more about the boots, girl. You know what I bought today? I bought something. Okay, before Gary comes on, I would like for you guys to just because I'm curious if anybody else has. I bought something. I bought a piece of furniture. I bought a piece of clothing that I thought I would never buy in my life. Because I wore them kind of back in the 80s. Does that give you a hint? Just curious. Hey Rob, Morocco. I didn't buy boots today. And I didn't buy bangles, but I did get this beautiful bracelet. Can you see? This bracelet from Gay. Bears Fetish turquoise bracelet. These earrings I did buy today. Hello. Okay. Well, what? I walked in Petaluma. Kind of dangerous to walk in Petaluma, but coolest thing. I'm at the corner texting with Suzanne when all of a sudden this car comes by me and goes, and I look and it's my friend Summer. And I went, oh, Summer. Like, you know, I'm in Petaluma walking. I know her from Albany and from Oakland and from San Francisco because she owns the Ivy Room. What up? Ivy Room. She owns it with her girl. Not her girlfriend, but her girl. Lainey. 2 women own this cool club called the Ivy Room. Check it out now. So I see her on the street in Petaluma, and she's like, her and her wife are, what? And then they drove off, and I kept walking, and I went and bought these earrings in a store that's going out of business, so everything was 50% off. Oh, yeah. Hey, Melanie Demore. Who else is here? So yeah, so there's the store. It's a Chinese, it's an Asian it's an Asian store. They get all this stuff import, from mostly China, but they're going out of business because they can't get products. But they had these, and they have pashminas. Who likes pashminas? If you like a pashmina, I can hook you up. Don't know, used to go to the Ivy. Yeah, you went to the Ivy Room. That was, the Ivy Room's been around, I think, since the 50s, maybe, and it's been through a few different, I used to sing there, and I used to hang out and watch Sugar Pie, and all kinds of people play there. Wanda Jackson. Hey. Ooh. But anyway, how are all of you doing? I will. And, sorry, I need to make this public. Hold the wire, everybody. Hold the wire. Edit privacy. Public person. Ladies and gentlemen, it is One More Saturday Night. This morning was One More Saturday Morning with Jeff Metzger and his brother, birthday guy, and now... Gary Lambert.
Well,
Hello.
you brought me on just as I was typing hello to Mama Grace, and I thought that was a priority, so it took me a second to get on.
That is a priority.
Yes.
What's going on?
Hello. I'm using I think one channel of these old Apple earbuds are a little intermittent, but I think I can hear you.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11. Who you gonna call right now? 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. 11 with Jenna. Right now. 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. 11. Who you gonna call right now?
And Gary Lambert, how are you?
I'm okay. A little tired. It's been a busy.
Well, goodness, I'll tell you what, I've seen you a couple of times on this week, and there's like 900 people, and you guys are just rapping away, and it was very cool. And
900? Where?
Yeah. On your live stream.
You mean that many people watching, or that many people? Oh, that's just on the YouTube version.
Was it YouTube or was
or Facebook Live?
Yeah, Facebook Live.
Yeah, in theory, there
thousands more, but it was just fun to see that.
Yeah, we're getting a great response to it. And we have, let me see, 11 more shows or 10 more shows, something like that.
Have 11, just cause.
We'll call it 11 just to be 11-ish. You know, I'm going to take this thing out, this earphone, and can I hear you through the speakers now?
Can you hear me?
That's better. Yeah, these are old earbuds, and they seem to be on the way out. So now I'm hearing you through the speaker.
So now sometimes you use the earbuds with the wire and sometimes wireless?
Sometimes, yeah, I use the wireless usually, but I don't think they have a full charge in them right now.
I don't either.
Yeah, but so I decided to do the old plug-in ones, but these seem to be a little wonky. So I'll just go through the speaker, and it's not causing any sound problems on my end, and I hope it isn't on your end.
Mine either. I just don't. I needed my little my big black glasses, and I can't find them now.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You look fine. You look just splendid.
Splendido.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening in your life?
Well, we had 4 live streams this week, so it was a busy one. tonight the band is off, so it's one less Saturday night for them. And it's nice they have the day off because it's Bob Weir and John Mayer's birthday. So
I know. How cool is that?
those fellows get to kick back.
I was in a store today and they were playing all John Mayer.
How nice. Yeah.
Boutique, such a type of a boutique.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you have for lunch today?
Huh?
What did you have for lunch today?
I've been really lazy about food. I've either eaten out or ordered in because I just had so much else going on. So I ordered from a favorite local place. I think I've had it before on a Saturday. They're excellent eggplant parm sub. So that was a fine. It was like late lunch, early dinner kind of thing. Very satisfying.
Ordered out. What have you had delivered? We need to know these things.
Oh, I get Chinese and I get, I don't remember what else I had this week. But and then I was out. I was in Manhattan, so I ate in town before I went up to see Phil and friends in Portchester. So that was fun too.
And the MoMA.
And the MoMA, that was all in one day. Yeah, that was. I went to MoMA and I went up to Portchester and
You Monet'd.
I saw the show me the Monet. Yeah, right.
Did you buy the mask that day?
No, I actually bought the mask on one of my earlier trips back to MoMA. Oh, I actually bought a cool MoMA mask. Hold on, give me a moment. A moment for MoMA.
A moment for MoMA. So give a moment for MoMA. I don't know why I'm not talking.
All right, here I come. I'm back.
Wait, oh, hold on. Oh, I was gonna drum roll.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
So my new favorite mask.
Nice.
Oof.
Oof.
This is from a painting by Ed Ruscha, who sometimes just paints words that he likes that have sort of cartoonish sounds to them. And oof is a good one. So
This is a good one. I like it.
yeah. And yeah, so going back to the Capitol was wonderful and a bit apprehension causing because it was my first time really back at a show that was in close quarters in an indoor small place.
And are there mandated mask vaxing or anything?
Vax yes, negative COVID tests and all that stuff. They're not mandating masking inside, and I wish more people were. I kept mine on for most of the show. It was pretty close quarters, and I didn't stay for the whole show, not entirely because of that, but because it just I had an early day the next day. And actually there was a bit of suspense involved because let's see, a week ago last Thursday, so a couple of days before I was last on with you, I got together with a friend who was visiting. I think I was in the middle of talking about this last Saturday when we ran into technical difficulties with the remember we were having trouble hearing each other and stuff.
So weird.
Yeah. So anyway.
Like all of a sudden you would just be like.
Yeah. But people.
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, everyone else could hear me, but you couldn't. So that didn't make for very good conversation. So, huh? But anyway, so I had gone out. My friend Gina was up from Florida, and she wanted me to go see Tammy Faye Starlight with her. You know about Tammy Faye Starlight? She's this amazing sort of performance artist, cabaret artist, satirist. I forget her real name, Tammy something. But Tammy Faye Starlight was this like over the top debauched country and western star character of hers. Uh, at this show we went to at Pangea in the East Village, she was in her persona as Israeli pop star Tamar. And this show is kind of impossible to describe because it's at times hilarious, at times like very sharply satirical, at times very moving. She's a great singer, and she can sing like someone like she actually one of the most amazing things I haven't seen this show, but she did a Marianne Faithfull show a few years ago that got absolute raves, which I hope she does again. But
I can see where she could impersonate other beings, like
yeah, yeah. So the Tamar show is amazing. So that was really fun. But the thing I'm leading up to here is Gina and I met up with a friend of hers who I'd never met, and we were at the show together, and then we went out and ate Italian pastries and in the East Village, and then on Sunday, Gina called me and told me that her friend had tested positive for COVID. So oops.
Was her friend there?
Her friend who went to the show with us, who went to the Tamar show, yes.
So there were you and two other women. I know Lillian. Can you believe Lillian just went like that?
Yeah. Well, it was this guy whose name I'm already forgetting because it's the first time I've ever met him. But he had joined us. He had popped in when we were finishing our dinner, and then we went to the show, and then we went out for dessert, and then he tested positive for COVID like a couple of days later. So Gina was good.
Vaccinated?
Yeah, double vaxxed, not boosted yet, but double vaxxed.
Well, so
And
in the hospital then, at least.
huh?
Not in the hospital anyway.
No, he's not. He was pretty asymptomatic. He said he felt like minor coldish syndromes. And Gina, of course, was good enough to call me from Florida as soon as she got the news from him. So that I got this news late Sunday, and early Monday, there I was supposed to go to Phil and Friends that evening. So I actually made an appointment for a COVID test nearby here at one of the free city-run testing facilities with rapid testing, and I came up negative. So I went to the Phil show, but having that element of worry and suspense, and then going to a show that was full of people was a bit strange. But on the other hand,
but right on for you doing it.
Right on for me doing it, and right on for my immune system, which seems to be, kind of bulletproof given the whole 103-year-old parents thing. So I'm feeling pretty confident that if I haven't gotten it yet, I'm doing pretty well. So.
Wow. So the shows were it was all great though. Tell me about that I'm not going to say it right. The sets, the smaller sets, the Grateful Dead, is that at the Capitol? Where someone's recreating sets?
Oh yes. The club next, the Capitol has this space next door or just off the lobby.
But not Garcia's, something else?
Yeah, no, it's Garcia's.
I have T-shirts from Garcia's.
Yeah, Garcia's as well. Garcia was actually done with the permission and blessing of the Garcia family. And Pete might open up a couple of other ones around the country, which is cool. And usually when there's a run of Phil shows or something, they will have up and coming acts open or play a pre-show at Garcia's. But
Good girl.
Or on nights when there isn't a show at the Capitol on the main stage, they'll have shows there also. Bands that can't sell out the Capitol but can sell out a club. So it's a nice space. It's a cool hang during, if you don't want to be in the thick of the crowd at the show, you can come out and they're piping the music into Garcia's. But in this case, instead of having an opening act, what they had there was this amazing thing. This guy named Anthony Costia built. He started out with a 1/6 scale replica, but he then upped it to a 1/4 scale replica of the Grateful Dead's 1974 wall of sound, the most unbelievable PA system ever built, a working model.
A working model of the whole stage.
Yeah, that, you know, with those incredible speaker towers. I think Phil had a total of 32 speakers, you know, huge subwoofers. Of course, here the subwoofers are only about this big, you know, and the regular guitar, you know, speakers are about this big, but it works. And, you know, he just has this kind of ratio by which, like, he can fill a room the sound of Garcia's with a sound that's amazingly like the way the wall of sound sounded in an arena or a stadium. And so before the show and during the set break, what they're doing is playing vintage Dead and Garcia band tapes, and they sound absolutely stunning coming through this thing. And then during the show, they're piping the Phil and Friends music into there.
Cool.
Yeah, I posted some pictures.
So cool. I was waiting to hear the explanation from you, and you know.
Well, maybe I can do a share while we talk from my page to yours so people can see it, because it was really, really pretty staggering to see this thing. Because, you know, I saw the real wall of sound, you know, a bunch of times in 1974. For those who don't know, it was this immense sound system it was so immense not to create deafening volume, but for clarity. You know, they had something like 32,000 watts going through this thing, but it was all to make the music incredibly clean sounding in these large spaces. So yeah, I'm going to share this to, let's see, share on a friend's profile, and that would be you. And okay, people will be able to look at it on your page now, I think. So anyway, that was really fun to see that thing. And
Cool.
yeah,
Explaining.
anyway, so that was that. Like I said, I didn't stay for the whole show. I had a good time. I wasn't, you know, as it's funny. I've been listening to Dead and Company every night
The show, they're requiring vaccination, proof of vaccination,
at the Cap. Yes,
but
there's a check.
needed masks.
You don't have to wear masks inside, which, you know, I would.
You think like half, or
I'd say probably less than half were actually wearing them during the show. I kept mine on, you know, except if I had some space from people, I would, you know, take a breath or two. But it was, yeah, yeah. But they're checking, at least they're checking everything. You know, they're doing the diligence as far as vaccination, and so, so that was fun. You know, it was, it's kind of like everything is suffering by comparison to Dead and Company now. I mean, Phil, you know, Phil is doing these. He's doing a 9-show residency split up into 3 packages of 3, and for each of those 3, he's got different bands. One band for 3 nights, a different band coming up starting tomorrow night, and then and yet another leading up to Halloween. And this was the classic, what they call the Phil Quintet, with Warren Haynes and Jimmy Herring and John Molo and Rob Baracco, not to be confused with Rob Morocco.
I have to get my dinner really quickly. Hold on, keep.
Okay, all right. Jenna is getting her dinner now. Let's see what Jenna gets for dinner. See, she always asks me what I had for lunch or dinner, so now I'll get to see in action what Jenna is having for dinner. It's pretty exciting.
Salad. Really big red leaf spinach salad.
I love red leaf.
Bought this I splurged and I bought like a Detroit style pizza,
Oh yeah.
gluten free,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought a bunch of shrooms,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw like hen of the woods and all kinds of crazy oyster shroom,
Oh. Ooh.
and I put that on top of the pizza, and it's in the oven right now on a stone.
Mm-hmm. This Detroit style pizza is having its moment in New York now too. There's several.
Now it's like I grew up not eating it, but we never thought of it as Detroit style pizza. We just thought of
Yeah.
we thought of it as Sicilian pizza because my
Right.
sister and all her sisters and cousins and everything. And if anybody had a chance to see what I posted today on Facebook or last night, my grandfather, my great grandfather, and my cousin put all these photos up of Little Italy in Benton Harbor today,
Oh, cool.
and there's one photo of my great grandfather with an elder aunt of mine who's 94 or 5, 3, 4, something like that. And then I posted a photo of her back in April of 2020. Yeah, 2021. Anyway,
Beautiful. Well, speaking of Little Italy, my brother and his wife are about to fly back from Big Italy. They went to they actually this was also suspense because they were trying to make sure, you know, they had to go through all the bureaucracy of getting a negative test within, I think, 48 hours of flying. And you know what, seeing if they'd have to cancel the trip if anything happened, if anyone, it was going to be my brother and his wife's two of his wife's sisters and then their husbands. So it was a big deal. And they rented a villa on the Amalfi Coast. Yeah, a serious trip. You know, went to Florence, went to Naples. Have been making me incredibly envious with the food pictures they've been sending me, as well as pictures of all the artwork in Florence and all that. But they made it. It was kind of suspenseful, you know. They did make it there with some travel complications. But they've been sending the greatest pictures, and I'm really happy they were able to do it. And I actually think they're in London today, and then they fly home tomorrow. They flew from Rome to London.
are they flying through JFK, or are they?
I think it's like a one stop, like they stop in Dallas or something, and then back to LA, something like that. But anyway,
Pizza this thick.
yeah, yeah.
But I put other stuff on it. I bought
Right.
it. Everything at Whole Foods the other day was $9 or more. Everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. It's not that funny. Yeah, like I bought something. It was $9. I bought a grapefruit. It was $9.
A $9 one $9 grapefruit. That's
I
insane.
I said, what? When I saw the thing go by, because I watched the thing, and I said, $9. Stop for a second. She said, what? And I said, how much is that grapefruit?
Mhm.
It was $9.27 or something. And I went, would you buy a grapefruit for $9.27? She goes, hell no.
Right. Was it grown with precious gems inside it or something? I mean, come on.
Just take that off of my bill right now. $9.27 for a grapefruit.
That's pretty nuts.
So yeah, I kept looking at stuff out when it was number nine. Multiple things I bought were $9.
Hmm.
I bought like 9 things. I think I bought 9 things, and I think 5 of them were $9. And then I took the one. It could have had 10 things. I could have had 11 things at $9, but I took off the grapefruit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not in Japan.
No.
In Japan, you buy a grapefruit for $9.
Yeah.
Not here.
No. Well, anyway.
Anyway, anything cool to watch this week?
Is it this weekend that Succession is coming back? I think Succession comes back this weekend, which is so cool. So Succession is a show it's going into its 3rd season on HBO, and it is this incredibly, huh?
HBO Max? Oh, it must not be. Must be on.
No, it's on regular HBO, you know, and so it's going to be a one a week thing instead of like releasing everything to binge at once. But Succession is one of the best things that's been on TV in a long time. And it's a show about an incredibly horrible family of people in like big financial movers and shakers, kind of a Rupert Murdoch like media mogul, and his children, you know, all of whom either, you know, want to stab each other in the back to rise to the top of the family business, or get their father out. And it's Shakespearean, you know, just all the web of intrigues, you know. Now, if you want a show where people are likable or relatable, this isn't the show for you. But it's an insight into that world, you know, and how Yeah, well, we know about certain family dynasties that have wrought incredible damage. I can't think of any offhand. Won't name any names, but
Show on TV on ABC about 10 years ago with what was his name? Who was the father on the latest thing, the HBO Max with Nicole Kidman and what's his name from England? Hottie from England. You know what I'm
uh,
talking about?
oh, the what? What's his name? Yeah, from The Wire. Um, was it Nicole Kidman and Dominic West?
No, who? What was that? Nicole Unforgiven. Unforgiven? No, what
Oh,
was?
right, something like that.
It wasn't called Unforgiven. What was that called?
I
Help me.
don't know. I didn't see that one. But what was the show on ABC? I don't know about that one.
It was with the father of that who the guy that played the father. He's a famous actor. Who is that actor, you guys? Because you might know the show I'm talking about. And he was the father on this show too, and they were really stinking rich on ABC.
Maybe I can look it up quickly. Hold on.
Who is the father? What was the name of the show with Nicole Kidman? I'll just do it now. Yeah, Nicole Kidman, HBO. And who was her father? HBO series was called The Undoing.
Oh yeah. I never watched that.
You
And
haven't
the
watched The Undoing? Oh.
and Hugh Grant. It was Hugh Grant.
Who is the father? Who was her
Oh,
father?
oh, her
Donald
father.
Sutherland.
Huh?
Donald Sutherland
Oh, okay.
was on a show on ABC, and he played a father, and they were really super rich. ABC father. What was the name of the show?
I do not know.
Anybody? I'll find out. It was a kind of a fun show about another family that was uber rich, and they sort of took after a family who was uber rich in our country.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, someone in the
I have not seen Ted Lasso.
oh, Ted Lasso is so wonderful. The season just ended, the second season, and left plenty of cool stuff hanging for next year. And yeah, I
I don't know what Ted Lasso is about.
huh?
What is Ted Lasso about?
Ted Lasso is about, it's sort of a fish out of water story. An American football coach, like football, like we know football, gets hired to be the head coach without any experience of a British football team, meaning soccer. Uh, and he endures, you know, he knows nothing about soccer, but he takes this job. And he endures a tremendous amount of resistance from the team and from the owner. Well, the owner is actually trying to sabotage her ex-husband. So she hires this guy thinking he's going to take the team way down, but he actually turns out to be, you know, anyway, but it's not really about soccer. You don't have to love soccer. It's about people, and it's about relationships, and it's really wonderful.
Okay, and what's the other one you were talking about?
Succession.
Session.
Um, and yeah, there's just a lot of good TV.
How many? That's what I wanted to ask you.
Hmm.
How many of those kind? How many different channels do you subscribe to?
I've got a package that has HBO and Showtime and the usual premium ones. Um, and then I subscribe to things like, you know, I pay the freestanding price for things like Hulu, and I've got Amazon Prime for my Amazon delivery, so that includes the Amazon Prime Video, and I've got Netflix, so that covers a lot of ground.
And
You know.
then the Criterion.
Oh yeah, I've got Criterion too. Yeah, I spend a lot of money on this stuff. I'm hoping I can get rid of cable entirely, you know, within the next couple of years, because that's the way it's going. You know, cable's going to go away, and everything's going to be these a la carte services.
Yeah, I can't. If I can't find the game show again, I would do the same thing, but I can't find the game show on.
Yeah, that's only on cable systems at this point. And it's a little problematic for me to, like, you know, the local baseball teams are only available on cable at this point. That's going to change too, though. I think like you can subscribe to YouTube and get a baseball package that includes your local games. So I'll be figuring all that out and getting rid of cable in the next year or so, I guess.
I think it's cool that you're doing what you're doing, and I learn a lot from you as far as different shows and stuff. But I'm gonna have to figure out that show. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have every channel known to man for some reason, and
Yeah,
you have 1111 with Jenna channel,
right,
Robert.
which is the only channel that really matters. But yeah, and I couldn't live without
You couldn't live
without TCM, Turner Classic Movies. That's
cable package.
that's part of a cable package. I really hope they go into a freestanding situation at some point where you can, there's talk about it because they're owned by Time Warner. I guess it's now called Warner Media, and Warner Media is going to break out its own streaming service. So I think maybe TCM will be part of that. But it's complicated figuring all this stuff out.
Julie, that's an interesting, yeah. So local news would, well, they might end up doing their own freestanding thing as well, I would think.
Yeah, you actually you can actually subscribe like on Apple TV or something like that. I think you can subscribe to CBS News, which will give you the local feed of. I mean, I can watch through my Apple TV thing. I can watch the local CBS station in San Francisco or in New York or anywhere, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
And then you can, never mind.
Never mind.
I
Oh,
was, I was thinking KTVU. I said, then you could not watch KTVU.
that's right.
Did you know that he went to Berkeley High?
Who you mean, Frank Somerville?
I didn't know that.
I did not know that either. I knew he was a local guy, but I didn't know.
I think he may have been in the same year with Peter, or at least Stephen, and maybe a year ahead.
Oh, how cool.
Because I was talking to Sybil. I mean, I knew that he did, but I've asked a couple people, did you go to school with him? And they were like, no, but he was there when, yeah.
So what's his status? Is he fired or suspended or what?
I think, I don't know at this point. I think suspended, and I think he might be just choosing to not go back.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him
No,
because it was really stupid the way they treated him.
absolutely loved Ted Lasso. Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's really
What on?
that's on Apple TV Plus.
I need to get Apple TV now. Do I need to get a thing to get Apple TV? Do I need like a player of some sort?
You can watch it actually on your computer or on your iPad or anything like that.
Oh, so I can get Apple TV as like an app or as a thing?
Yeah, they have an app or they have it. If you have the little Apple TV box, you can get it on that.
I don't have an Apple TV box, but can I, if I were to buy a brand new TV right now, does that come with Apple TV?
No. I mean, there are such things, what they call smart TVs. I think Apple may come out with its own like TV hardware too, their own screens and everything. They haven't done that yet, but the other thing you can do is you can like plug an HDMI cable into your computer and plug it into your TV, and then you have.
And your laptop is showing it, but
yeah. So that's the cheap way of doing it without getting the little Apple TV box.
Okay, so then I could get Apple TV on my laptop.
Yeah, you subscribe to it. Yeah.
And I run it because I want to watch the morning show.
Yeah, that's very good.
And I want to watch Ted Lasso and whatever else because I have to. Oh, sorry, we're good. Just for a second. Just.
11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna.
Anyway. So you could do. Grace and I want to watch those shows together.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's complicated for me. What's very complicated? It's very complicated when I try to get my friend Carrie Snodgrass early film Run Rabbit Run. They refer me to studio. Huh?
To studio? I don't know what that means.
When I try to get my friend Carrie Snodgrass early film Run Rabbit Run. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what the studio part of it means. But anyway, perhaps Suzanne will explain.
Suzanne.
It's all yours. So, one thing I found out something about San Francisco that made me sad. One of my old standbys, I think either closed or is closing. I think it may already be closed. The U.S. restaurant in North Beach.
No.
Yeah, that was one of my go-tos, especially.
No.
Yeah. It actually closed for a while and then reopened in another location. Remember, they used to be in that wonderful wedge-shaped space at Columbus and Stockton.
Holy
Uh, and the most amazing, I always considered the waitresses at the US a higher form of civilization because they never wrote down your order. They'd be working like 10 tables. They never wrote down anybody's order and they never got anybody's order wrong. And then when you went to pay, they didn't have like a stationary cashier. Your wait person would go to the register and say, okay, you had the veal parmesan, pasta al pesto, glass of Chianti, and she'd know everyone at your table what they had. After they moved, they didn't have like quite as sharp a staff. And then they moved to a third place. For a while, they were on the same side of Columbus, about a block up. And then
I don't know why they moved. They must have just lost the lease. I gotta check my pizza.
okay.
Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Oh boy, can't wait.
Excited.
All right. So
Well, they
So-
closed. No, really?
yeah, I think,
Go there before Bimbo's shows, and I'm sure you went there before.
Wolfgang's and and when I worked in North Beach numerous times over the years, and it was so great. I mean, I'm glad I went there. My last trip to San Francisco, which was just between Christmas and New Year's 2019. I went there and I'm really happy I did.
You made me think. Oh, now I forgot. U.S. Now I don't remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm going to go eat my food,
I wouldn't blame you a bit.
but I guess I need to ask you one question.
Okay.
What are you doing next Saturday night?
You know what? Next Saturday night is, let's see, I have to look at the schedule here. Next Saturday night. What is the date of next Saturday night? Let's see. It is the 22nd.
Isn't it the 23rd?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm on the wrong page of the calendar. Yeah, the 23rd, I've got to figure that out because the band is in Mountain Time.
Oh,
So that means it will be
you could be in the middle of it.
when they actually, when they take the set break, actually, it'll probably be between like 10:15 and 10:30.
There, Mountain Time, which is
No,
11.
no, 10:30 my time.
Okay.
Yeah, because they would, it's a 7 o'clock show.
Oh,
They
okay.
they usually break between like 8:20 and 8:40. I may make it because they'll start the second set right around the time my job is ending. And then I can go back and watch the second set after.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it, but I think I can make it.
Okay.
In other words, provisionally, what I'm doing next Saturday night is my job and then scampering over to be on 11:11 with Jenna.
Sometimes she looks at me, she's like, there's nobody else here, and you're sitting here talking, and I don't understand why. Just so everybody knows, the 24th of October is my birthday. And I'm not sure where I'm going to be that evening, but I'll be somewhere and we'll have a party.
Well, the band is celebrating your birthday by taking the day off, so I'll be available.
Come to my party.
And
Was it you that started the hat party or Sibylla? Who started the hat party?
I think Sibylla really started it. I think we had hats on, but Sibylla totally outdid. She had like a bread basket for a hat, which was fabulous.
A strainer.
A strainer, right? I think yes. I think I can say in advance that the most problematic one is going to be October 30th, because that is at the Hollywood Bowl in the Pacific time zone, which means the band will be taking its break right around the time that I normally would be doing 11/11.
Okay. Well, we'll fare without you.
Well, that makes me very sad. I, I'd rather be indispensable. Yeah.
Have Mama Grace on. Because really,
Well, in that case, I will be doing the entire world a favor by stepping aside.
because I mean, the other night she was on Thursday night. And we had such a nice time, and I said, Gracie, you got to come back
Mm-hmm.
later. We got to get back into the regular hang again.
Absolutely.
So, do you have a letter for me, please?
Oh, um,
Yes, I am, Julie.
in honor of the U.S. restaurant, let's go with you.
Red and white, blue suede shoes. I'm Uncle Sam. How do you do? Everybody stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay nice. Think about it twice. Trying to think about words with you. Think about up thoughts. How do you do? And from your words, make them unique. From your heart, the United States blues. I gotta think out about a word and help me out, Gary. About a word that starts with you for the heart, please. How do you do? I will think. But if you can help me, come on everybody, scream, because it's one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert sleeping tight. No, he's not, he's staying up for the show. But he's gotta go, 'cause I gotta go eat my dinner now. So let's say with this you under the way, thinking of a word that starts with U, not with J. Tomorrow morning, Alex will be here. Tomorrow night, I will be here real quick, and no poetry glam, I'm sorry, it's out of sight until next week, yes, because next week is my birthday too. So if you please come to my party, think of a poem, and everybody says hello and good night, and I will say now, a letter with a U. I cannot think them old U.S. blues, but good night, Gary, and good night, Mama, and good night, all of you. Have a great night and love hard.
And love you.
I love you too. And
Good night.
thank you, Gary.
Bye all.